Dear mom, have you lost your identity, or does it feel like you have lost your identity in your transition to motherhood? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shionyideji Nodu. Thank you so much for joining me today. Are you a mom, a new mom? Do you think you have lost your identity in your transition into motherhood? Does it feel like you have lost a sense of yourself? I struggled with being a new mom 7 years ago. I gave birth to my first child. It was really it was a challenging season of my life. A lot of mothers struggle to enjoy motherhood, and one of the reasons is the loss of identity. The you that you knew before becoming a mom is nothing compared to the you that you are now. I remember going to church and returning home and holding my 5-month-old baby crying. I'm crying and I'm saying, who am I? Like, I didn't even know who I was at that time. It felt like I'd lost myself. A lot can actually feel different after having a baby, that's for sure. In fact, a lot will feel different. Your body feels different. You are now fully responsible for another human being who is totally dependent on you. You don't have control of your time anymore, or it seems like you don't even have time for yourself. You feel isolated, you feel alone, you feel lonely. I understand you. You no longer find the things that you used to do interesting, or you cannot even say this is what I enjoy doing. Yes, I can relate with you. You lost your freedom, like you lost your freedom. And it feels like the whole world is moving right in front of you while your own life is on hold. Just as though someone pressed the pause button. I can totally relate. I understand you. So I'm bringing this video to you. I don't want you to settle for where you are. I don't want you to think that, oh, where I am is normal and all that. You have some work to do. You have some work to do. Remember that a happy mother makes a happy baby. Yes, makes a healthy baby, right? Makes a healthy child, makes a happy child. I totally understand what a number of mothers are going through. So what can you do when you are in this state, when it feels like you have lost yourself in this journey, when it feels like I don't even know who I am anymore? For me, the first thing that helped me, the first thing that I looked into, the first thing that carried me out of that place of loss of identity into knowing who I am, and even much more than who I am, who God wants me to be, was the fact that I had to understand that I did not make myself. God made me. Therefore, my identity has to be in God. I had to sit down and look into what God has said about me. So scriptures like, you are the light of the world, you are a city set on a hill, you cannot be hid, you are the salt of the earth, you are a royal priesthood, a holy nation. You know, I saw that God made me in his image. God made me after his likeness. So losing my identity is actually because I lost the understanding of who God has made me to be. Before I was formed in my mother's womb, God knew me. You see, so these were the scriptures that I held on to, that I kept on looking into. It was one Sunday, a family friend had dropped me from church at the house. My husband had gone to work. I got into the house, dropped my bag, held my baby to my chest, and I started crying, and I started shouting, Lord, help me, Lord, I need you. This is not me, this is not who you have made me to be. You said you have called me out of darkness into your marvelous light. Lord, this is not light. I need to know who I am again. Help me, Lord. It was from that day that the journey of rediscovery began, that very day. There were some other things that I had to do, but first I had to be rooted. I had to be convinced that God made me just like him, that this is who God has called me to be, this is who God has made me to be, and I should not be anything apart from what God has called me to be, from what God has said that I am. Live in the understanding that your identity has to be rooted in God first. It has to be rooted in God first. The second thing was, I realized this is a season. My son will not always be a baby, so I understood that this season must be enjoyed. And I began to see motherhood as a season to enjoy, not a season to endure. I did not make myself a mother, God did. And God is light, God is good. So He wants me to enjoy this phase of life that I'm in, because children are His heritage. They are from Him. Some days ago, one of my friends was telling me that she actually misses her son being a baby. Her son is over a year now, but she messaged me and said, "Oh, I miss him being a baby." So enjoy the season. Trust God to help you. Another thing that I did was I stopped comparing myself with other moms. There were some pages on Instagram that I had to unfollow just because I needed to find myself again. It wasn't like I was envious of them or jealous, but I knew that if I continued to see what I was seeing, I would not be able to work on myself. So I had to stop comparing myself, and one of the steps that I took was to unfollow, to mute. The next thing I did was I began to pay attention to the way that I looked. Yeah, my physical appearance. I would make my hair. People who knew me then knew that I love to be on my natural hair. So that was a major way that I bounced back. I would style my natural hair. It would look good. You're a mom, you're a stay-at-home mom. Don't take your bath later in the day. Please take your bath in the morning. Take your bath in the morning. It's possible. It's possible to. Don't wait till evening when your husband returns from work to have your bath. That would even impact on the way you would feel the whole day. I'm not saying that if you take your bath you would automatically feel good, but it's one of the steps that you can take to ensure that you gain your identity back. So don't delay in taking your bath, in brushing your teeth. Wear good clothes. Don't tie wrapper all around the house. Yes, take care of your physical outlook. Another thing I did was that I got out of the house. I got out of the house. So if it was to take a walk, I would go out. If it was to get to visiting someone, I would visit the person. Another thing that I did was I stopped being overwhelmed. I resisted the urge to be perfect. Like the throw pillows of the chair must be like this. Some people will not even allow anyone else feed their baby, not even their husbands, because they feel like you are not holding the spoon in a particular way. Most of the time, overwhelm is actually even caused by mothers. So those extra things gulping the sense of who you are, let them be. Then dedicate time for yourself. Dedicate time for yourself. Dedicate time for yourself. You will realize that in as much as we say moms don't have time, new moms don't have time, you still have like some 5-10 minutes to go through social media. That's even the least in a day. So those 10 minutes, those extra 20 minutes, dedicate them to yourself. At least one of those 10 minutes in a day, dedicate to yourself. Have a word of prayer, talk to God, look into what goals that you have and what you want to be, reflect. Then speak to loved ones. So speak to loved ones. Don't speak to social media. Don't come on a social media page and say, "Hello, this is what I'm going through. I have lost my identity. What do you think I should do?" A lot of people with mixed ideologies on social media, a lot of people with different kinds of upbringing are on social media. I'm not saying you should not ask for help, but ask for help from genuine sources. Speak to a mentor, speak to your spouse, speak to your mom, speak to your sibling, people that will really take care of you, people that would really attend to your need. And in this age where everything is now on social media, we need to be very careful. Then stop speaking negative words, things that are not aligned with who God has made you to be. He has called you to be a city that is set on a hill. So don't be saying that this life, who am I? So there were many things that I did, but these were the major things that I knew that really helped me. So the last thing that I remember doing was that I took my pen and a book and I began to write what my desired self was. This is who I want to be. This is the picture of my desired self. This is the picture of a woman who has her identity in place. Motherhood can be enjoyed. Motherhood should be enjoyed. I'm no more where I used to be. You can tell. I have really improved. I'm still a work in progress as a mom. But everything that I've learned and I'm still learning, I'll always bring it here because I know that it would help you. Becoming a mom does not mean you have to lose yourself. You don't have to. It is common, but it is not normal. Don't settle for the abnormal. So you have work to do. Get up, get your identity back. Take charge, take your place, and begin to enjoy this motherhood, these gifts that God has given to you. Begin to enjoy this new responsibility that you have. Despite the many challenges you are still facing, know that God is right there with you to help you. So look to Him. I know that this video has been very helpful. Please like this video, share with your friends. Share with your friends. Do you have new moms who are finding this new phase challenging, or even moms who have 2-3 children who have lost themselves? Please share this video with them. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And have you experienced something like this? Please don't forget to share in the comment section. What are the other things that were not mentioned that you know could help another mom who is watching this video? Please share in the comment section. Subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.